What's up, guys? Welcome to another weekly Forex analysis video. This is going to be for July 28th all the way up until August 2nd. So this week I have four pairs I want to talk about. Unfortunately, last week we did take a loss. It is what it is. It happens. I felt like it was kind of bound to happen. Like, I know it's like kind of stupid to say, but like, when you have maybe 3 or 4 winning trades in a row, you're like, like this next one's just going to be a loss. Like, it is what it is. I just feel like even though the strategy lines up, it's just going to like end up in a loss. Like, nothing can be perfect. It's not going to go 100% of the time. So I felt like it was just kind of bound to happen. But yeah, we got four pairs I'm going to talk about, and it's looking pretty good this week. A decent amount of news, so we got to be a little careful, but shouldn't be too big of a deal. So let's get into the charts. So first up, we have GBPUSD. This is looking super, super clean. A very simple, my microphone's going crazy. Very simple breakout retest kind of structure forming here, especially on the daily time frame. We have a very strong area of interest that we could see. We could date back all the way until December of last year. Resistance, 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 all across the board here. Now we're going to try to use this as support to go long. We can see it's lining up very well with our fib sequence, right? Even on the weekly time frame, we just put the fib sequence going from the bottom of the push to the top. We have a week of rejecting upper price, starting to retrace back down. Now we're just hoping for a nice little weekly wick into this area of interest and go long. We'll see that it also lines up really well with our EMA, which is great. And it'll line up super well with this demand daily stick that has been formed here. So if we can wick into this, see our lower time frame shift of structure, and then get in at a really good time, we can hit a very strong 1 to 3 here, and that'll be really, really great. So we have to be a little patient, wait for the markets to open up again, and wait for some retracement. Thing is, we do have a lot of USD news, right? If we see here, there's like a lot of pretty big events coming out. There's a conference, there's the interest rate decision, which is huge. This, I believe, is probably going to stay the same. If I wasn't mistaken, there was news saying that they were only going to drop the rates once inflation rate dips below 2%. It did dip last time, but it did not dip below 2%. So this either might stay the same or might potentially drop. So we'll have to see. And then, so yeah, that's GBPUSD, simple, strong push upwards, strong push downwards, making simple bullish market structure to go long. GBPCAD, very similar looking, but not as big of a retracement so far. We could see that it is, we have a very strong area of interest dating all the way back from these times from 2020, so very long time ago. Lots of resistance, and now we're trying to use this as support, right? We have our fib sequence set up, and we could see that it somewhat lines up with our area of interest. It's kind of off a little bit, but that's okay. It's lining up a little bit more with this top, which is fine. This one might have some potential for kind of like a counter trend trade, since I do feel like it might dip a good amount before going bullish again. So this might be a good opportunity for a counter trend trade, only if we see lower time frame shift of structure into the bearish direction confidently, very confidently. We're not trying to like make a super risky trade here, especially on a counter trend trade. It's just kind of something that I think I might piece together, but I'm not going to force it. I'm definitely looking at GBPUSD a lot stronger than GBPCAD, right? We want to make sure we're taking the higher probability trades rather than the lower probability trades. So yeah, very similar market structure, bullish market structure. We're retesting, our area of interest eventually if it does decide to retrace, and it'll somewhat line up with our EMA and also our 0.6 to 0.5 zone. So that'll look pretty clean. We're gonna have to give it probably maybe till next week, honestly, if it dips 3-4 days down and maybe another 2-3 days up. So we'll see. Next up is EURUSD. This one is a little bit in consolidation, not really though. It's kind of iffy. It's not super good, but we can see that the weekly did turn bullish, which is great. So we're now waiting for this retest of the fib sequence numbers and also this middle area of interest. There is a good amount of area of interests here that are kind of like all kind of convoluted. They're all like tying in together, so it looks pretty messy right now. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna see if I can wait until it hits this 0.5 zone, and then also have this area of interest, and also be retesting our EMA to go long. I just don't like how there's an area here, because if we do, it might use this as resistance, right? And the last thing we want to do is, hit maybe like a 1 to 2.5, and then it like doesn't break through, and then it retraces, and we get all upset because it lost, and it's like, so it's like kind of iffy, but it might be okay. We'll have to just again be patient. This is just another one that we're just looking out for. Not going to be perfect, but it's not bad, right? And then finally we have Euro AUD. Euro AUD, very strong again. This one has been going crazy. I think it was all the AUD pairs that went pretty crazy, because if you remember last week, I had a trade on AUD JPY. I'll pull it up real quick. As I was making my weekly video, I was saying I'm in this trade already, AUD JPY, and it just tanked, right? There was, honestly, I don't know what the news event was. There must have been something that I missed, but we could just see for days, right, it just tanked really well on AUD. And then we can see here, AUD, it just went super bullish. So something with the Australian dollar really pushed it. If you do know what it was, let me know in the comments, because I don't even know what it was. I'm going to have to do some research. But yeah, super strong change in market direction. So we can see that we have a very strong bullish push upwards. I'm going to delete this one. It's too convoluted. Try to simplify everything, right? But we could see we have a nice area of interest here. We have support, resistance, resistance kind of coming down, and then we break through. We're going to try to use this as support. We could also see that this area of interest is being used as resistance. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. You know what I mean? Like lots of touches. There's a strong area of resistance here. So what I'm kind of seeing as potentially another counter trend trade is you go short here, retrace all the way back into this area of interest for it to go long. This is, obviously, where's my arrow? Less probable, more probable, right? We don't know when this is going to stop, right? Even if we have like a small shift of structure on the lower time frame, it might not be the best. Like this can just do, a little bit of this and then boop, break through, use this as support, and then just continue upwards very strongly. So we can't rush counter trend trades, but the opportunity is there, right? The opportunity is definitely there. It definitely looks more probable for it to be a long position if it does retrace into this area. One, we're retesting a lot of market structure, this area of interest, and also we have our EMA that's going to line up pretty well with it, right? So we can see that this EMA might slowly come up to here as this retraces down, so we can use that as support as well to go long. So this one might take hopefully only a couple days to load up. But yeah, we don't want to rush it. We're not going to just place a random sell order the moment the market opens. We want to see a very strong shift of structure downwards, if anything, before we try to look for a counter trend trade. But overall, GBPUSD is looking the cleanest so far, so we'll definitely see how that goes. Remember, we don't place the trade just because it's at our area of interest. We wait until our other confluences are in sync with it. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about with the pairs that are in sync. So GBPUSD and GBPCAD are pretty well in sync. We can see that we're just waiting for a retracement to go bullish. We're waiting for a retracement to go bullish, right? So these are pretty well in sync. And then also EURUSD and EURAUD, right? We're waiting for a retracement to go bullish on EURUSD, and then EURAUD, we're waiting for a retracement to go bullish on EURAUD. So very strong confluences together that we're all looking for our pairs. So we just have to be calm and be patient and see how the market works. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Go ahead and hit up my Instagram. I'm going to be posting more often on, I'm going to be making more of these videos, but a little bit more on like technical tools on how to be a better trader and also more psychology tips. I haven't been posting much on YouTube. The only thing I've been posting is these weekly videos, and I definitely need to start banging out more content, especially on Instagram as well. So be on the lookout for that. But I'll see you guys later. Have a good week. Peace.